Oh, Fred and Mandy. I'm reading a fairy tale book from my childhood.
Fairy tales? Are they real, Grandpa?
Well, my dear, while fairy tales may not be based on true events, they hold great power. They teach us valuable lessons and ignite our imagination.
Why are stories so important, Grandpa?
Well, stories have been passed down through generations, teaching us about all sorts of things, such as life, love, bravery, and morality. In fact, they even let us escape into different worlds and learn about ourselves and others.
Can you tell us a fairy tale, Grandpa?
Oh, excellent idea. Let's see. Yes, have you heard the tale of the curious girl named Goldilocks? In this story, Goldilocks enters the home of the three bears without permission and proceeds to try out all their belongings.
Can you...
Once upon a time, there were 3 bears.
I'm Papa Bear.
I'm Mama Bear, and this is... I'm Baby Bear!
The 3 bears loved to eat porridge every morning.
I made a hot porridge. I put some berries in it today. Smells nice, doesn't it? Yep, it smells nice. Can I eat mine now?
But their porridge was too hot to eat now.
I made hot porridge this morning.
Let's all go for a walk. It'll be cool.
That sounds good, Papa. Let's go!
A little girl called Goldilocks was out walking too. She passed by the 3 bears' cottage.
What a lovely cottage.
Goldilocks went inside the 3 bears' cottage and found their porridge on the kitchen table.
What a smell. What's that? It looks delicious.
Goldilocks tasted Papa Bear's porridge.
Ouch, this is much too hot.
Goldilocks tasted Mama Bear's porridge.
Yuck, this is much too cold.
Goldilocks tasted Baby Bear's porridge.
This is just right.
Goldilocks was so hungry that she ate all of Baby Bear's porridge.
I'm full now. I think I'll go take a rest.
Goldilocks sat in Papa Bear's chair.
This is much too hard.
Goldilocks sat on Mama Bear's chair.
This is much too soft.
Goldilocks sat on Baby Bear's chair.
This is just right.
But Goldilocks was too big for Baby Bear's chair, so the chair broke.
Ouch. Oops, the chair's broken.
Goldilocks decided to go to their room and take a nap. She tried Daddy Bear's bed.
This is much too hard.
She tried Mama Bear's bed.
This is much too soft.
She tried Baby Bear's bed.
This is just right.
Goldilocks laid down in Baby Bear's bed and fell fast asleep. Soon, the 3 bears came back from their walk.
I'm hungry.
Someone's been eating my porridge!
Someone has been eating my porridge. Someone's been eating my porridge and they ate it all.
The 3 bears were so sad. Daddy Bear went to sit down.
Someone's been sitting in my chair!
Someone has been sitting in my chair. Someone's been sitting in my chair and they broke it.
Now Papa Bear and Mama Bear were very angry. The 3 bears went to their room.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed!
Someone has been sleeping in my bed. Someone's been sleeping in my bed and they're still there.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Oh my, oh gosh, bears. Eek.
Goldilocks ran away as fast as she could.
Ah. I didn't understand her way.
The three bears never saw Goldilocks ever again. The end.
As you can see, she discovers that some things are too hot, some are too cold, but eventually finds what is just right for her. Goldilocks teaches us about the importance of respect for other people's property and the consequences of our actions. Through Goldilocks' adventure, we learn many things about the importance of respect for boundaries and making responsible decisions. Through stories like these, we can learn valuable life lessons in a way that engages our imagination and our emotions. They spark discussions, ignite imagination, and provide us with valuable insights that we can apply to our own lives.
Oh, what about this story? This looks fun.
Oh, this one, yes, a classic. Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood. Is it a scary story, Grandpa?
Well, while it does have its moments of suspense and intrigue, it is still a very valuable story that teaches us important lessons.
Can you tell us the story, Grandpa?
Of course. How about we go into the woods with Little Red? Once upon a time.
Is it time for a story?
What story would you like?
Do you know the story of the Little Red Riding Hood?
Of course I do. Let me just think how it begins. Oh yes, I remember. Once upon a time, and a very fine time it was, a girl called Red lived with her mother in a cottage on the outskirts of a great forest.
Little Red, time to get up. Coming, Mother. Oh, you've been busy, Mother. Who are they for? They're for your granny, so keep their mucky fingers off. I didn't raise you still like, wow, your granny was alone, of course, not like this. At least I can keep fingers off you now and then. I wouldn't dream of touching Granny. Now, you're gonna take me straight to Granny. No dilly-dally, and never ever leave the path. Do you hear me? Yes, Mother.
Little Red hurried from the kitchen into the glorious spring sunshine. As she skipped merrily through the sun-dappled forest, Little Red's hazel eyes sparkled and her bright red cape swung just above her ankles. Her red hair shone in the afternoon sun, and her small, freckled nose wrinkled as she smiled cheerfully at her woodland friends, the rabbits and birds. The birds flitted about carrying sticks for their nests, and the bluebells smiled contentedly to themselves. It was hard to believe anything fearsome lived in these woods.
Hello. Who are you? I'm Mr. Wu. What a fine name. Don't you love the twittering of the birds, the fragrant smell of the flowers? I didn't think that. It was like birds and flowers. Adorable. What might you be up to on this fine day? I'm visiting my granny. Oh, yes. I know your granny. Old woman, stooped. Right hair? That's her.
That's right. She lives in the...
Wooden cottage.
next to the...
Horse chestnut tree.
not far from the...
Stream.
Red was impressed. Mr. Wolf must have visited Granny's house many times to remember so much about it.
I meant to be bringing her this basket of cupcakes, but they do smell so delicious, and it's hard not to simply gobble them up.
I know that feeling.
After all, I haven't had any breakfast yet.
Well, why don't you stop for a picnic? There's a lovely clearing over there.
But they're supposed to be for Granny. Anyways, Mother told me not to dilly-dally or to leave the path.
But that clearing is quite safe, and I'm sure your granny wouldn't mind, especially if you, say, picked her a bunch of pretty flowers.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wolf. I didn't know that wolves could be so kind.
My pleasure. That plump, foolish child fell for my trick. Now I'll rush to the wooden cottage next to the horse chestnut tree, not far from the stream. I'll be having double helpings today. Ow, ow, ow!
Wait, it was all a trick?
Of course it was a trick.
He ain't a very nice wolf after all.
No, he's a big, bad wolf.
Oh, no!
As the wolf raced along the path to the cottage next to the horse chestnut tree, not far from the stream, his belly rumbled greedily.
Who's it? It's me, Granny, your granddaughter. No, it's a fox, dear.
He really ate her. After polishing off 3 cupcakes, let's go.
Who is it?
It's me, Granny. It's your granddaughter.
Come in, dear. The door's unlocked.
Oh, Granny, you're sick.
Dreadfully, dear. Come and give your poor old granny a kiss.
Oh, Granny, what big eyes you have.
The better for seeing you, my dear.
Oh, Granny, what big ears you have.
The better for hearing you, my dear.
Oh, Granny, what big teeth you have.
The better for eating. Oh!
In the woods lived a woodcutter. He was getting on in years, though he wasn't as spry as he once was, and his joints creaked as he walked. He could still swing an axe, still whistle a tune, and still feel flutters of affection in his heart when he saw a pretty face. There was one pretty face that made his heart flutter more than any other. The lovely lady in question was Granny.
Anyone home? It's only me, the woodcutter.
It only took the woodcutter a moment to work out what had happened.
What was that thudding sound?
The woodcutter switched on his axe and chopped the wolf's belly open. Once Red and Granny were free, they filled his belly with heavy rocks.
Rocks!
Well, they had to make sure he wouldn't try to gobble up anybody else.
How am I supposed to eat? Little Forrest will hear me coming.
That'll teach you not to eat, old lady. Now go, be off, and don't come back.
Ow!
So Granny boiled the kettle, and between them, Red, Granny, and the woodcutter ate up all the delicious cupcakes that Red's mother had baked. And they all lived happily ever after. The end.
As you can see, Little Red Riding Hood's bravery and resourcefulness led her to outsmart the wolf. With the help of a hunter, she rescued the grandmother and ensured the safety of the village.
That's an exciting story, Grandpa. It teaches us to be cautious and clever.
That's right, Mandy. It teaches us many important things, including the importance of trust, intuition, and being aware of our surroundings. It encourages us to face our challenges with courage and to seek help when needed.
Grandpa, can we create our own imaginative story?
Of course! Let your imagination run wild, and together we will weave a tale that will transport us to magical realms and inspire others.
Oh, I have a great story. Once upon a time, there was a bunch of girls. And they all were wearing dresses. And they were getting their nails done. Nails? That's no fun! Yes, it is. It needs action. There is action.
Oh, there is.
Yes, there's a bear. A big ferocious bear? Ferocious? Oh, no. Furry and cute. Oh. Yes, cute, but has a problem. He misses tea time with the girls. That's when they realized they were in Troy. And they were going to be attacked by Greek warriors.
This is absurd.
Oh no, the bear does not like that. The bear starts destroying everyone until draft. That's until the Greek warriors pulled out their lightsabers and took the city over. That's until the realized that the girls were from the Amazon and had superpowers like Wonder Woman.
And they lived happily ever after, Mandy. Okay? Oh, that was a crazy story. That was a lot of fun. Okay. Oh.
I think we got a little carried away.
No.
Yes, sorry, I guess we're not the best storytellers.
No, you did nothing wrong. You all took ideas from your favorite stories to create your own. There's nothing wrong about that.
Yeah, but we're not as good storytellers as you are.
Well, Fred, it's not necessarily about the person telling the story, but rather what can you get from the story. Sometimes it's just fun entertainment, like a bunch of warriors with lightsabers, which is fun, right? Okay. And sometimes we like a story when it's more relatable, like everyday life and problems, such as getting your nails done or missing tea time. The thing to note, though, is that the best stories are something we can learn from, a life lesson packaged in the make-believe. Let's take a look at this story and see if you can find the lesson.
What's the story, Grandpa?
It's the story of Cinderella.
Yes, I love this one.
I know what you're thinking. Why am I scrubbing the floor and doing all the hard work around here and my two stepsisters just sit around like that all day? Well, here's what happened. When I was a baby, my mother died. A few years later, my father remarried. My stepmother and their own two daughters moved in with us. Soon after that, my father passed away too. So you can see, I'm pretty much stuck here with the way things are. This is my life. Can't imagine what that's all about. People don't come around here much. I know, stepmother.
You won't believe it. Hold on, Mother has to hear. What could be so urgent? Cinderella, why are you staring at us like a stuffed pig? It's like you don't have enough work to do. So get this. The prince is having a ball. The prince? A ball. Every eligible young lady in the kingdom is invited. And a bride. A bride?
Every eligible young woman.
My girls, come closer. I said my girls, not you. Don't make no mistake, dears. This is your big chance.
Now she wants me.
We will need 2 fabulous gowns. You will make them in time for the ball, and they better be in the latest fashion. This is no change to your regular chores.
Could things get any worse?
Doesn't he realize how many princes would give their right arm to be able to pick a bride from a ballroom full of beautiful young ladies?
Mother, Father, I know that's why we're having the ball. But how can I tell if a woman is right for me just by looking at her? It's impossible.
I don't know about that. We knew right away.
We did indeed.
Maybe the two of you got lucky. What if I'm not so lucky? Whoever I'll choose, I'll be married to for the rest of my life.
That's the idea, isn't it? Worst case, no worries. If it doesn't work out, the house is a big place.
And you hardly see her.
What kind of life is that?
You just can't beat the kids. Why are you here?
I just thought,
Thought what?
well, that I might get to go to the ball too.
What, you? Her? Just look at her. What a mess. You're not going to this ball or any ball ever. Where'd you get such a crazy idea? Go inside. My dear, are you ready? Yes, Mama. Excellent. With our carriages here. We're going to the ball!
When they look at me, maybe they see a mess. But I'm not a mess, not really. And if I could, I would go to the ball. It's not fair. What do you mean? What I want is impossible.
Oh, fiddle faddle. I'm your fairy godmother, am I not?
You are?
Excuse me, did I knock you out of thin air?
I suppose you did.
Then let me be the one to tell you what is possible or not.
Fair point. But how could I go to the ball? Look at me, I'm a mess.
I wouldn't say that, child. Go stand there by the bush. Turn around.
Oh,
Who said I was done?
I can't believe this.
Believe it, but there's one thing you must know.
What's that?
All of this over last tonight at the circus before midnight. Everything will go back to the way it was.
Then I must leave before midnight.
Good idea. My work here is done.
Did that even happen?
Coming, Gus?
I suppose it did.
I know what you're thinking. What am I complaining about? I'm a prince, right? Still, imagine if you were me. You'd be surprised how stuck a prince can feel. I'm supposed to dance with all of these young women and choose one of them to be my bride for the rest of my life. So far, it's not going so well. Here, I'll show you. Prince? Young lady.
Oh, Prince, you should just marry me. I'm obviously the only choice.
Oh,
Just look at this. Beauty, charm, pizzazz.
you don't say. Well, thanks for the dance. Young lady. Why not?
Or any of these losers. Yeah. Obviously, I'm the best choice.
I wouldn't.
After the scene. Oh, it is.
You see what I mean? Is it too much to ask for someone you can talk to? Wait a minute. Have we met before?
I'm pleased to meet you now.
I feel as we've already met.
A lot of things are impossible, Your Highness, only if you wish them to be true.
You really believe that?
I know it. So tell me about yourself, Prince.
What's there to know? I'm a prince.
No, I mean about you, yourself.
Well, no one's ever asked me that before. I'd like to learn more about you, too.
Do you hear something?
What? All I hear is you.
It's almost midnight.
What does it matter if it's midnight?
I must go now.
What? Why? You just got here.
I must go now. Goodbye.
Come slipper? I will find her with this glass slipper, no matter how long it takes. I will find her.
Well, then go get her.
How many villages we visited today?
41.
Just what I thought. I get this feeling we'll never find this young lady who I met at the ball who fits this glass slipper.
Your Highness, I...
Say no more. We will carry on. Village by village, cottage by cottage, as long as it takes, we will find her.
Just as I thought.
Skip us. He's supposed to be nearby. Are you both ready? Come here. Very well then. Why are you here?
I thought I could get a glimpse of the prince.
Think again. Inside, Cinderella. I don't want to see or hear from you until I call for you to come out. Do you hear me?
Heard, stepmother.
He's coming to the door.
Excuse me, I understand there are some young women here.
Oh, one of these priceless young ladies is the bride, you see. No need to bother with the glass slipper. Just pick one.
Well, if you don't mind, would you like to have a seat?
Would I?
Ow!
Step aside. Surely it'll fit your sister. You must fit into this glass slipper, okay? No matter what it takes. Do you hear me?
Are there no other young women here?
None.
I'm afraid I must go.
I told my stepmother I heard her, but I didn't say I would do it. Maybe there is one more.
I thought you said there wasn't any more young ladies here.
None you matter.
Come here. I knew it! From the moment you walked in, you're the one from the ball.
This cannot be.
I have found you.
And I have found you.
Wait a minute. So, so you're the one from the ball in that beautiful dress?
Yep.
So now you're marrying the prince and you're moving into the royal palace?
Yep, on both counts.
I'm not even going to ask where you got that dress from for the ball, but you do realize, dear, that we are the people who took you in when your poor father passed on.
Oh, I see. Now you're worried about the terrible things that I might do to you because of how terrible you have treated me. And they have too.
That thought never even crossed my mind. Where would you get such a crazy idea?
Don't worry. Nothing bad will ever happen to you or my stepsisters. I hold no grudge. I'm going to start with a fresh, clean heart with the prince. Oh, but there is one more thing. Be sure there are no missed spots. So long, everyone. Stay well.
That's a beautiful story, Grandpa. It gives us hope.
Absolutely, Mandy. Cinderella's story teaches us that even in the darkest of times, trust, kindness, and that belief of hope can lead to a happily ever after.
Grandpa, that's nice and all, but how do I know what to believe in and what to not believe in? They're not real, so they just make us feel good about ourselves.
Well, dear, so can we not learn from the make-believe?
No, if they can only make us feel good. Then how will I learn from fairy tales?
A lesson from a true story, right?
Well, I do have one more story I could tell.
That's okay, Grandpa.
No. This story is real.
So no fairies and magic?
No magic, but certainly power beyond anything you could know.
What's the name of the story, Grandpa?
Well, it's not just simply a name of a story, but it's about a man, a perfect man named Jesus. One day, a girl named Mary receives a special message from God that she's going to have a baby who is the Son of God. Mary takes care of her baby son, Jesus, and they share a special bond of love and happiness. But Jesus teaches to leaders and priests even at his young age. As he grew older, Jesus begins his important work, leaving his mother behind as he goes out to help and teach about God's love. Jesus gathers crowds of people who are eager to learn from him, and he communicates deep truths about heaven. They would watch in amazement as Jesus performs a miraculous act, leaving everyone astonished and changed. But Jesus had disagreements with some religious leaders called Pharisees, who thought that he was a foolish liar. While playing one night, Jesus is betrayed and captured by the Pharisees, leading to a big sacrifice. It's a sad moment as one of Jesus' friends, Judas, betrays him by taking money and giving him away. A feeling of sadness fills the air as Jesus is nailed to a cross, showing how much he loves and sacrifices for us all. In a quiet and serious moment, Jesus dies on the cross, giving his life to save us all. Mary can't help but cry as she sees her son suffer and die, feeling the deep pain of a mother's loss. But one day, with a shining light of victory, Jesus rises from the dead, bringing hope and salvation to the world. The story of Jesus impacts our lives by guiding us towards a life of love, compassion, and purpose. It teaches us to love our neighbors as ourselves, to forgive others as we are forgiven, and to live a life dedicated to serving others. Through his story, we learn about the power of faith and the importance of forgiveness and the transformative nature of love. Jesus' teachings inspire us to be better versions of ourselves and to make a positive difference in the world around us. So, my dear grandchildren, just as stories like Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, and Goldilocks teach us important lessons, the story of Jesus teaches us about love, forgiveness, and the potential for transformation in our own lives. It is a story of salvation, not just wisdom.
Your dinner is ready. Well, Grandpa, I guess we ought to go.
Yes, thank you, Grandpa Wesley, for telling us all these stories.
Oh, yes. Now remember, my dear grandchildren, stories have the power to shape our lives and the lives of others. They connect us to our past, inspire us in the present, and leave a legacy for the future.
Thanks, Grandpa.
No, thank you.
Thank you to our set, Titan! And now, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, along with Mary and young Jesus. Now, Little Red Riding Hood. And Cinderella. And last, the Wesleys.